Peace, y'all. It's Jay Sav. I'm back, and it's gonna sound stupid, but I finally understand why people is all like "fuck love" and I ain't trying to find love and playing around and shit like that. Cause it truly hurts when you think you found somebody that you and them are moving in the same direction, and it just don't work out like that. Like I'm 30 now, well 29 technically, and I only been in love twice. I honestly say that because any other time I just did myself. And when I did myself, I knew what I was doing. I wasn't trying to be with anybody. But I gave in to these two times, and one time the one person was just horrible. Horrible. We did not match, but you feel me? I did things that, we were together for 3 years. I did things that I wouldn't normally do, or I knew wasn't smart to do, but just because you fall in love and then somebody asking you to do it and that's the person that you love, then you get into doing dumb shit. And then with the second one, me and her it wasn't what she wanted. And that hurt the most because it's like, how can I be what you want, but what you want isn't even me per se, you feel me? Or she doesn't know what she wants, but she knows she didn't want to be in the relationship yet, which hurt because we had only known each other for so many months, and I made a big jump to leave from where I was living at to come move in with her, and both our names on the lease. You feel me? But I always said, I'm only moving in with somebody if that's who I plan on being with, long term. And after a couple months of us living together, we broke up. That hurt the most. That hurt the most because that was one of my goals. Like, I'm not going to leave from the situation I was in, which was a great situation to move out with somebody unless it was somebody that I knew I could work with and I could plan with, I could build goals with. And that's the shit that hurt. That's the shit that hurt the most. So I understand why people say fuck love, because you try and it feels like you try and you try and you try and you fail and you keep failing. But you got to realize that you got to keep going, because there's somebody out there somewhere. You know, like 6 billion people on the planet, 7 billion for me. Of all the people you tried to talk to, they just wasn't the right ones. I mean, maybe, who even knows, this has happened before, but maybe at that time they weren't right for you. People are always evolving, people are always changing. So like, you don't get to your goals and stop. You get to your goals and you change and you find another goal. So maybe that person that hurt you at that time, they weren't the right person for you. Maybe them going through that struggle with you, or you going through that struggle with them, showed out a side of yourself that you needed for when the right person come along. So you know how to deal with things, or you know how to handle things, or you know how to talk to people better, or you're not so emotional, or whatever. Just, you do more things in the house, whatever it is. But maybe you should look at it more as a positive thing than less of a negative thing. Like, oh, we broken up, pain, fuck love, this, and the third. But really, we need to look at it as like a lesson for ourselves, because really that's what it is in life. People are here for a reason or a season, and sometimes that season could be 99 seasons, as long as y'all together. But if they're not here for a season, then they're here for a reason, and maybe that reason is to show you something that you needed to see, so that it can help you progress in life. It can further yourself. And that's what I'm on right now. For me, a lot of times I spent like, man, fuck them relationships, fuck that, and this, that, and the third, and blah, 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 and fuck them bitches and shit like that. And that's how I felt after we broke up. Or fuck them hoes, whatever you want to call it. But really, maybe I should be looking at it as what didn't work for me, from my part, because I can't say about the other person's part. I can say what I did on my part that didn't help, they didn't like, and not bring that into the next relationship. Or what I did on my part that, made them hurt them and made them feel sad, and work on that as a person so that I don't have that problem either with them or with another person or just for myself. You know, I can say personally that I have an issue where I get angry and I just be yelling. I say anything when I be yelling. And I know in my last relationship, she did not like that. As nobody would like that if you just yell and talk to them crazy. But the house that I grew up in, if you yell and you talk to somebody crazy, you really love them, which is weird, which is fucking crazy. But the family, which is fucking crazy, but the family like I grew up in, just because we yelled and we cursed and we said some things, did not take away the next minute. Like, it's hard to explain, but we could curse you out and then the next minute, yo man, you need $20 here. And we asking, you know, so like, but that's not how everybody is. And I'm realizing that I can't bring how I grew up into my relationship. Me screaming and yelling is not gonna help me get my point across. So that's my lesson right now. I'm learning, and I just want to make this video. Just, man, hold your head up. Don't be like fuck love. Don't be like fuck this, fuck hoes and shit. Keep your head up. Everybody, feel me? Some people gonna do you wrong. It's life. Feel me? Don't close yourself off from life because people did you wrong. People did you wrong. That's on them. Feel me? You closing yourself off on life is only gonna close you off from opportunities that's coming your way. I mean, maybe you taking that step and keeping yourself open, you find something way better. You could keep yourself open and find a good career business opportunity, something like that. You know, who knows what could happen? Good job, a new chick, who knows what could happen? New car, you know, but don't close yourself off, because if you close yourself off from love, you also close yourself off from certain relationships and further in certain relationships. Like, it could just be a friend, but you know, it could be a girl that you meet that, you know, could end up being a really great friend for you, but because you're so done with, you know, women and this, that, and the third, you're closing yourself off. You don't even want to talk to her as a friend, and that's not good for anybody. You need to keep yourself open. You're a person. We're all people. We're all evolving, and we got to look at it like that. Like, you don't get to your goal and stop. You get to your goal and you keep going. You change and you find another goal. So that's how we got to keep looking at it, and that's how we got to keep moving. You got to keep moving forward. So y'all stay safe out there. Peace. It's Jay Sav. Easy.